Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo 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 Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Satam
Satam
Prasanga
Mama
Virya Samvido
Sangvida Bhavanti Rit Karna Rasayana Katha
Tajjosana
Yoshana Asu Apavarga Bhatmani Sadhya Rati Bhakti Anupanishyati
Satam Prasangad Mama Virya Samviro
Prasangan Mama Vidya Samvido
Satam Prasangad Mama Virya Samviro
Samvido yeah.
Bhavanti Hrutkarna Rasayana Kota Bhavanti Hrutkarna Rasayana Kota
Antirit Karna Rasayana Katha
Tajjoshanadashvapavarga Vartmani
Dashapavarga Bhatmani
Tajjoshanadashvapavarga Vartmani
Tajjoshanadasapavarga Bhatmani
Shraddharatir Bhaktir Anukramishati
Sadhya Bhakti Anukramishati
Shraddharatir Bhaktir Anukramishati
Sadhya Rati Bhakti Anukramishati
Satam Prasangad Mama Virya Samvido
Bhavang Prasangat Mama Vidya Samvido
Bhavanti Hrutkarna Rasayana Katha
Bhavantirit Karna Rasayana Katha
Tajjoshanadashvapavarga Vartmani
Tajjoshanadasapavarga Bhatmani
Shraddharatir Bhaktir Anukramishati
Sadhya Bhakti Rati Anukramishati.
In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and therefore he is freed, and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begin.
Satang prasangat mama bija sangvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana katha tajjosana dasya pavarga vatmani sadhyarati bhakti anukramishati. So, here it is commended, satang prasangat, talks between devotees. Satang means devotee, not ordinary person. Those who are devotees, Sat and Asat, there are two things. Sat means which exists, and Asat means which does not exist, temporary. That is called Asat. This material world is asat. Therefore, Vedic injunction is asatu ma sadgama. Don't keep yourself within this material world. Child. Asatu ma. So, people who are interested in materialistic life, they are called asat. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked by a devotee, what is the behavior of a Vaishnava, of devotee? Vaishnava means devotee. He's making noise. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being inquired, what is the duty of a devotee? What is the sound? Eh? Oh, that's not. That's not. Never mind. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Asat Sangha Tagi Vaishnavacha. Asat Sangha Tagi Vaishnavacha. He, in one line he said that, first of all, Vaishnava, his business is to avoid the company of asat. Asat means those who are materialistic interested. Asata, asato ma sadgama. This is very important thing. Uh, we have established this Krishna consciousness society means that to avoid the asatsanga, to avoid the, of course, we are preaching Krishna consciousness amongst the people who are interested in material subject matter. But we are not associating with them. We are associating with Krishna because we don't talk anything except Krishna. We are not interested with their business. Everyone is interested with his own business. Similarly, we are interested with our own business, Krishna consciousness business. Even if we go to a materialistic person, we can back, kindly become our member, kindly read this book, purchase this book. So, we are not going to take their activities. We are trying to bring them in our activities. So, asasangatya Vaishnavacha. The Vaishnava, he should be always careful not to intermingle, means not to take up their ideas and thoughts. No. That is Vaishnava. Asatsanga tyagi Vaishnava. And why they should be avoided? Asat akstri sangi Krishna abhaktva. Who is asat? Asat means those who are very much attached to sense gratification. The culmination of sense gratification is sex life. So those who are too much attached to sex life, Trisangi, and Krishna Bhakta, and not devotee of Krishna, they are asat. So those who are actually serious to make advance in spiritual life, they should avoid the asat. Asat sanga tyagi Vaishnavachar. Asat ak stri sangi Krishna abhakta are. See, if we discriminate like this, then we shall be advancing. Apavarga vartmani. Tajjosanad asu apavarga vartmani sadhya bhakti anukramisati. Just like if we are diseased, there is infectious disease, epidemic. So, we should be careful not to be infected by the infectious disease. See, Sanatana Goswami said in Bhakti, Hari Bhakti Vilas, he has written one book, The Behavior of the Vaishnava, Hari Bhakti Vilas. So in that book, he has recommended Avaishnava mukhadgina puta hari kathamritam savanam na kartavam. He has said that one who is not Vaishnava by his behavior, by his action, by his mode of life, if he speaks something from Shastra, especially Harikatha, Harikatha means Bhagavad Gita, the Puranas, out of which the Bhagavad Mahapurana. So, we should not hear from a professional reader or a Vaishnava or Mayavadi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has warned, Mayavadi bhashya sunile hoy sarvanas. If we hear Bhagavad Gita, that is Krishna Katha, Hari Katha, we should not hear from the Mayavadis or a Vaishnava. Then it will not be effective. There are so many Mayavadis and Vaishnava, they practically do not accept Krishna, even the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they dare to speak on Bhagavad Gita. Just see the fun. He does not accept Bhagavad Gita as it is, and he wants to comment and give his tika. So, you will never derive any benefit. Therefore here it is said, Satang Prasanga. You should hear Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam from the devotees, not from a third class man, no. Third class means those who are materialistic. So, therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has warned that Mayavadi bhashya sunile hoy sarvanas. If you happen to hear from a Mayavadi, impersonalist, who does not accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or does not know what is Krishna, if such person reads Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, he will never derive any benefit. You can go on hearing them for hundreds of years, still you will never understand what is Krishna. That is forbidden. Sanatana Goswami has forbidden that Avaishnava mukhadgina puto harikathamritam. Harikatha talks, discussion on Hari or Krishna. That is Amrita. Amrita means nectarine. If one hears, then he gets his Amrita, Amritatam. So Amritataya kalpate. Amrita means no more birth and death. Mrita means birth and death. Mrittu. And Amrita should stop birth and death. The whole spiritual life means to stop this birth, death, old age and disease. To get Amritat. No more birth, no more death. That is the real aim of spiritual life. Of course, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, the spiritual life begins if one is pious. If one is pious, artho artharthi jigyasu chaturvida bhajante mam. Krishna says, 4 classes of men. Chaturvida bhajante mam. Sukriti no, Sukriti. Sukriti means pious. One who has got background, pious life, not impious life, sinful life. Such pious men, out of them, 4 classes of men, Chaturvidha, they come to devotional life, begins. Who are they? Artho, those who are distressed. Artho, artharthi, those who want some money. Jigyasu, those who are inquisitive. And Gyani. So artho, artharthi, they are in the lower grade. And Gyani and Jigyasu, they are in the higher grade. But still they are not pure devotees, because they want something. Artho, the distressed, he comes to Krishna in the temple or in the church to beg something, material profit. But that is also good, because he has come to Krishna. Krishna, I am distressed, kindly save me from the distressed condition. Krishna, I require some money, kindly, if you give me some money, I can live very peacefully. Generally. So because they have come to Krishna, therefore they are called Sukritina. Sukritina means pious. And there are others who are Duskritina, impious, sinful. Namang Duskritina mudha prapadanti naradhama. They are not even human beings who do not accept the authority of the Supreme Lord. Duskritina mudha, and they have been described as mudha. Mudha means rascal, foolish. Real meaning of mudha is ass. So those who are like that, duskritina, and full of impious activities, naradhama, lowest of the mankind, maya aparitaggyana, whose knowledge has been taken away by the illusory energy, namang prapaddati, they do not accept Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. So, in order to become a devotee of Krishna, we must associate with devotee. Satang prasangat mama vidasam. Then by reciprocation with devotees, if one comes to devotee also if one is pious. If something is there on the background, piety, then he comes to a devotee. So, by mixing with devotee, by associating with devotee, our knowledge for salvation or getting out of the clutches of this maya, repetition of birth and death, increases. Satang prasangat mama vidya sangmi. The discussion on Krishna Katha is birjaban. Just like when there is sex life, if a man is birjaban, there will be pregnancy. Similarly, if we hear from devotee, then immediate action will be there. Some inclination. So why not become Krishna conscious? That is Bijava. Why not become Krishna conscious? That is called Sadhya. Sadhya bhakti ranukramishyati tadjusanat asuru apavarka vartmane Sadhya. This is called Sadhya. If by hearing from the devotees or in the association of devotees, one is inclined, now why not become Krishna conscious? That is very nice. Sukritina, immediately the effect of pious activities. Adu Sadhya, that is the beginning of spiritual life. And if you want to develop your spiritual life more and more, then satang prasangat, then you have to associate with devotees. Adu sadhya tatu sadhu sangha. And sadhu we have described already in 3-4 verses. The summary is a sadhu means a devotee. Apite sudurachara bhajate mam anannabha. Anannabhavena. Without any deviation, unflinching, staunch devotee. They are called sadhu. So, we have to associate with sadhu, satang prasanga. When you discuss about Krishna with sadhu or devotees, it becomes very pleasing. Satang prasangad mavabhijya sangvidho bhavanti ritkanna rasayana. Rasayana means there is some taste. Just like you eat something, there is some taste. That is called rasa or mela. Then just like in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, rasoham apsukanti. Rasa. Rasa means when you are thirsty, when you drink water, you taste something very nice, other to quench your thirst. So Krishna is instructed that to begin with, you can think of me, aham, why you drink water. It is not difficult. Everyone can practice it. So easy. Everyone can practice. Everyone drinks water. And the rasa, the taste, the nice taste, when you are thirsty, how it is palatable by drinking water. Without water sometimes we die, and by getting little slip of water we live. Water is so important. So water we drink everyone, and there is rasa, that taste. That taste, if you simply think, here is Krishna. Very easy thing. Raso angapsukantya prabhasmi sasisujaya. As soon as you see the sunlight in the morning, you can think, Krishna says, why do you say, can you show me God? God is showing you Himself. Why don't you see? If you close your eyes, how you can see God? He says, I am this. According to our position, just like here it is said, Sadhyarati bhakti ranukramishati. Anukram means gradual. Not that all of a sudden you can expect to see God, but you become qualified to see God. This is the way. Sadhya, rati, bhakti, anukamishati. Adu Shraddha. Just like with Shraddha, somebody is thinking this Hari Kirtan is nuisance. They are amongst those Duskitunam Mudha. They are thinking that this Hari Kirtan, Hari Katha, which are trying to spread all over the world, and they are accepting all over the world. And in India, especially here in Bombay, they are sending complaints to the police that we are creating nuisance. Just see the fun. Where Krishna is born and Krishna Katha is there, Bhagavad Gita, we have not imported this book from elsewhere. Now we are so fallen that we are thinking that this Krishna Katha, this chanting of Hare Krishna, is creating nuisance. Just see how much we have advanced after getting independence. They are complaining that we are creating nuisance. Satatang kirtantang man jatantasya dirabhrata. Kirtan is recommended in the Bhagavad Gita. Satatang, always, 24 hours. Satatang kirtantang mam jatantasya dirabrita. And worshipping the deity with attention, with care. These things are going on here and people are complaining, we are creating nuisance. Just see. Asat is so dangerous. Therefore, we have to create a society of Sat. Then the world will be saved. Otherwise, they are going to the hellish condition of life. Nati vidu sartha gating hi Vishnu durasayaji bahirathamanina andha jathandhi rupaniyamana ste isatantra urudam nibadhya matinna krishne parato sato va mitho vivadlita grihabhritana adanta gobhi visatang tamisram punah punachar vitacharvanana. So, if we want to save ourselves, we do not know how to save. Gaddulika prabha. Gaddulika prabha, nay. There is a logic of Gaddulika prabha. One man is doing something and another man is following. Of course, if you follow a sajjan, a devotee, that is very nice. But if you follow a rascal, then you also become rascal. But at the present moment, the whole world is full of rascals. Mudha, duskitina, naradhama. Why do you call mudha, duskitina, naradhama? There is so much advancement of education. There are so many universities, so many degrees. The Krishna says, maya purita jnana. Their so-called knowledge has no value because their sense of knowledge is taken away by the illusion. Now, why you say they are educated? No, their knowledge has been taken away. Why? What is the reason? The reason is asuri bhavamasrita. They have taken to the nonsense philosophy of godlessness. That's it. For this reason, their so-called education, university education, degrees, are simply illusion of Maya. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has sung one song, Jaro Vidya Sam Mayar Bhuibhav. This material education without God consciousness is expansion of the influence of Maya. Jara vidya sa mayara bhuibhav, tomar bhajane badha. They are simply impediments in the matter of advancing Krishna consciousness. Tomar bhajane badha. Anitya samsare, and why? The result of godless material education means the anitya samsare moha janmaya. We are already illusion. Anyone who has come to this material world, he is illusion. But the advancement of so-called material education means the increasing of the same illusory propaganda. Jaro vidya sa mayara vaibhav, tomara bhajane badha, anitya samsare moha janmaya. They are trying to become happy in this temporary material life. He has forgotten that is eternal. Even if we become very happy, temporary life in this life, that is also illusion because we will not be allowed to stay and enjoy the status. But they do not understand. So these things have to be understood in the association of devotees. A devotee knows everything. Tattadarshina, tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya, upadakshanti tad jnanam jnanina tattadarshina. Tattadarshi means who has actually seen the truth. Om Tat Sat, one who has seen the supreme truth. The supreme truth is Krishna. Therefore Krishna says that you are searching after the truth. You are studying the Vedic literature, Vedanta Darshan. That is very good. But what is the goal of Vedanta Darshan? Veda means knowledge, and Anta means the end, Vedanta. The ultimate knowledge. What is that? Vedashta sadvai ahamiva vedam. Krishna says that if you are actually studying Vedanta, then ultimately you have to understand me. Vedashta sarvai ahamiva vedyam. Vedanta krit, Vedanta vichaham. I am the compiler of Vedanta. And I understand, I am the knower of Vedanta. So if you hear from Krishna, what is Krishna? That is actually understanding Vedanta. If you do not understand Krishna, and if you simply advertise yourself Vedanti or Vedanti, that will not help you. Therefore, without this knowledge, they have been called in the Bhagavad Gita as Mura. Mura yanga nabhijanati, mohita. Tirvi gunamai bhavui mohita. Mura ayanga nabhijanati, mamebba paramabhayam. The murhas, they do not know it. So anyone who is in this material world, more or less we are all murhas. This morning I was talking while walking on the beach. More or less we are all murhas. Without being murha, nobody comes here in this material world. Beginning from Brahma down to the small ant, we are all murhas of different degrees. So, in order to become really learned, not to remain murha, we have to associate with devotee. Satang prasangat mama vidya. Then it will be realizable. Realizable. Satang prasangat mama vidya samvida. When it is realizable, actually, when you take some food stuff, if it is realizable, it gives you contentment. Very nice food. So, bhavanti rit, it is pleasing to the heart. Such a nice food. And pleasing to the tongue. Similarly, when Krishna Katha is discussed amongst the devotees, it is pleasing to the heart and pleasing to the ear. Unless you taste, relish something through the ear and through the heart, how you can steadily follow Krishna Katha? So that requires little training, and that training is given by the devotees, by their practical life, by their daily behavior, their routine work. If we follow tad josana. Josanat means to practice, is it not? What is given, josana? Cultivation, yes. Cultivation means practice. Practice. So, the acharyas and the big devotees, they have given the routine work for cultivation. Just like we have got this nectar of devotion. How to cultivate devotional life. It is being very well received in European, American universities. In some of the universities, they have made our nectar of devotion as textbook, the science of bhakti. So there is everything. If we want to cultivate bhakti, it is not sentiment. Sentiment, of course, that may remain for some time. But it is a great science. We have to learn it scientifically. That is the nectar of devotion, the science of devotional life. So those who are interested, they may kindly read this book, Nectar of Devotion, Cultivation. Tajjusana. And practical cultivation, if you live with the devotees in the association, then there will be practical cultivation to rise early in the morning, to offer Mangalarti to the deity, then study some Vedic literature, then take prasadam, then do this, do that, they go for preaching. Actually, this Krishna consciousness movement practically showing how to cultivate the devotional life, tajjosana, and if we do so, then asu means very soon, without delay, even in this life. Even in this life, not that we have to wait for another life. If we practice devotional service in this life, even for few days, still it will be a permanent asset. Tattva sadanmang charanambujam hare bhajanna pakkutu patet tato jadi. If one takes to devotional service, tattva sadharma, giving up his routine duty. Sadharma means the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, they have got their brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, they have got their particular duties, but nobody is following any duty. They are creating their own duty. So anyway, somehow or other, if one takes to Krishna consciousness, tattva sadharmam charanambujam hare, and practices for some time regularly, then again, due to bad association or by something, he falls down. So Shastra says, what is the loss? There is no loss. On the other hand, if a person is executing his occupational duties very nicely, but he does not know what is Krishna consciousness, then what is the gain? There is no gain. No gain. Even if you become very pious by acting as a strict Brahmin or a sannyasi, but if you do not understand what is Krishna, then there is no gain. It is simply waste of time. Dharma sanusthita pungsang vishakshena kathasu jat notpadayadarating jadi sarvaeva hi kevalam. This is the verdict of Vyasdev. Sarvaeva hi kevalam. You are very nice executing your occupational duties. Dharma sanusthitam, sa anusthitam. You are Brahmin, just nice. You are executing the Brahmin's duties very nicely. Or a Kshatriya, or a Vaishya, or a medical man, engineer, whatever you may. That's all right. Dharma sanusthitam pungsang vishakshena kathasu. But if by executing your professional or occupational duties, you do not develop Krishna consciousness, that is the main business of human life, Krishna consciousness. So, then, dharma sanustita pungsang vishakshena katha. Vishakshena katha means Krishna katha. Notpadayada thing jadi. If you do not become inclined, Shraddha, this Shraddha of Krishna Katha, then whatever you are doing, simply wasting your time. and it is a labor of love only, that's all. Sramaya bhai keva. And a devotee, even if he falls down by chance, there is every possibility of falling down because Maya is very strong. And it is a fight against Maya. Daividhisha gunamayi mama Maya durattvaya. Durattvaya. Maya is very strong. We are getting experience. Some of them are falling down. But still, whatever he has done sincerely, that is a permanent credit of his account. That is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita that yoga bhrashta. Bhrashta means fall down, fallen down. So he has got the asset. Therefore, he is not going to the other species of life. He is getting again a human form of life. That is a great profit. Because we have to change our body. Tatha dehantar prapti. And that we do not know. Krishna does not say what kind of body. But there are so many, 8,400,000. Any one of them can happen. But a devotee who has fallen down, he is guaranteed again human life. And what kind of human life? Suchinang simatangehi yoga bhrishta sanjahati. He'll get a life, a human being, in a very rich family or in a very pious family. Those who are more advanced, they will get their next birth in a pious Brahmin family, very pure Brahmin family or Vaishnava family, that is called Suchina. And Srimatang, Sri means wealth or beauty, very rich family, beautiful body, you will get. So those who have got that birth in high class Brahmin Vaishnava family, and those who have got that birth in rich, very aristocratic family, they should consider that this advantage is given to me by Krishna because in my last life I could not finish my business of bhakti yoga. Now I have got it. Therefore I said to the Americans that you have got wealth, you have got education, you have got beauty. This is the asset of your pious life. Now you utilize it for Krishna consciousness. Then your life is perfect. So not only in America, everywhere, it is not easy that one man is born immediately very rich and one man is born in very poor family or very ugly family. There is distinction, there is some superior authority. It is not accident. Karmana daiva netrena jantar deho upavati. A living entity gets his body by superior administration, by nature's quality. There is big science. So, if you become Krishna conscious, then your life is secure, guaranteed. If you make complete the Krishna conscious life in this life, then taktadi hang punarjanmanaiti mamiti. That is what. But don't be neglectful. Those who have taken to Krishna consciousness, they should be very serious. Why should you take another chance of getting birth in a very rich family or Brahmana family? That is also risky because it is no guaranteed. Because generally those who are rich, they don't care for Krishna consciousness. This Krishna consciousness is meant for the poor fellow. Or if somebody is born in a Brahmin family, he is also puffed up, he is thinking, oh, these are mlechas, Javanas, Americans. Oh, I am Brahmin, I am born in a very high family. That is the cause of fall down. Yes. Pride, unnecessary pride. Vaishnava is very humble. Tinadapi sinichena, tarorapi sahisnana, amanina, manadina. We have already discussed. Titikshava, karunika, suida, sarvadena. So, these are the chants, human being. And there is Krishna consciousness movement. There is Krishna. Krishna is advising personally. So many opportunities offered by this Krishna consciousness movement. Why don't you take it? If you don't take it, then you are committing suicide.